Every night I try to love, but your heart is made of stone. All my tears, they fall like rain, yet you leave me here alone. I give you all I... Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin, and I'm a writer, and today I'm going to be taking you guys with me on our first literary date in Brooklyn, New York. The reason I'm even in the area, so right now I'm in Boerum Hill, and I'm going to take you guys with me as I go bookstore hopping, cafe hopping, just exploring the area, because I'm going with my friend to a romantasy panel at the Ripped Bodice, which is an all romance themed bookstore in Brooklyn. So we've checked it out once before and it was really cute. Today there are going to be 4 or 5 different romantasy authors at this panel, so I'm super excited to see what they have to say, and of course they're going to be signing all of their books, so I'm probably going to pick up a copy because to register for the event it was a $20 ticket and that goes to store credit. That's the itinerary for today. I hope you guys enjoy coming along with me. Let's go! So I got some writing in the Center for Fiction cafe. The coffee was underwhelming, which is what I expected, but the space itself was nice. Like, there were a lot of people working there. I did get some writing done. I wrote about a page and a half in my notebook, so that was really good. So I got some words in, and I checked out the Greenlight Bookstore, and there was actually some event that was going on like right before I got there, that, or maybe they're preparing for it later, I don't know, but there were a bunch of authors and I didn't even realize. So I first walked in and I'm like recording, and I realized they're like signing each other's books and stuff, and they're chatting, and they're like, oh yeah, like we're go down to this bar and go get a drink if you guys want to come. And I realized like, oh, there was just something happening, or maybe something happening later, but yeah, these were literally a bunch of authors just right in front of me. So that was really cool. Every night I try to love, but your heart is made of stone. All my tears, they fall like rain, yet you leave me here alone. I give you all I have inside. You pretend it's all pretend. Your empty eyes, they break me down. Will this torment never end? Endless pain, it's all I know. Hurt me more or let me go.
in this game, my heart will lose. Change your ways or set me loose. Cold nights and colder days, living in the shadow space. I guess I never find the light, living in.
So I found this secret little garden, or it feels like a secret little garden, but it's public. I'm not trespassing. And it's so cute. There's only one other woman sitting, and she's all the way on the other side. I'm all the way in the back, and I have this whole area to myself. There's like tables and chairs, and I think I'm just gonna sit here and get some more writing in while I wait for my friend to come from work. Check-in for the book event begins at 6:30, and I think it goes from 7 until 8:30 or like 8:30, 8:40 or something like that. So yeah, I have some time. It's only 5 right now, but let's see how much writing I can get in.
I can't deny. Try to hold on to the things I can't keep. Through my fingers, I was losing control. Took a couple months till you knocked on my door. Sat by the sea while the waves fell asleep. Know what I should have let go. Thought I lost my way, but now I am sure. If I spend all my days searching for gold, I would be running up.
So my friend Lisa finally is here. Hi. And we're waiting online in front of the Ripped Bodice for the event. It's 6:25 and the event is at 7. So we didn't expect, the line is literally to the end of the block. I don't know if you can see. Okay, so this is the menu for tonight's event. Who are you most excited for?
Oh, Carissa Broadbent. She's the only one who I've read books from already, but I've heard This Is How You Lose the Time War is really good, so maybe I'll get that while we're here.
What would you describe her books as, or what are they mainly about?
The ones I've read and that I have of her are all like vampire related, so I know she does a lot of paranormal fantasy books. I read Serpent in the Wings of Night, and it was when I read it, the pitch on the back of the book was like The Hunger Games meets something with vampires, so that got me into it, and I really liked it.
Okay, yeah, I think that's the book I'm probably gonna buy, because I was debating between that one and the Spell Shop one. Basically, okay, I'm gonna list the 4 authors somewhere else, but the Spell Shop one sounds really cozy. The one I'm gonna get from Carissa Broadbent sounds more like Sarah J. Maas. But there's also gonna be, I don't know the other 2 authors.
Sara Raasch?
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, one of them has 2 authors, that's why we thought it was 5. Okay. But that makes sense.
I think there's gonna be a debut author.
Really?
I think that's the book that they're giving out. Oh yeah, so basically why there's a super long line is because they're going to give out free copies to the first 25 people. And I think we are number like 13, 14, something like that. We're close in the front, but it's cold and I'm excited to sit.
Yeah.
As we say, to be here with these amazing authors. Just a heads up, at the end of the panel we will have a Q&A session, so please, a lot more readable. Today she writes fantasy novels with a heaping dose of...
I wrote it to feel like a warm hug. I wanted it to feel like a sanctuary, to feel like an escape for anyone that needed it. To feel like you're drinking hot chocolate and you get a blanket wrapped around you and there's a cat, preferably with wings, sitting on your lap and snow is falling gently outside. It's about Keela, who is a librarian, and there's a revolution in the city and the library starts to burn. So don't worry, it gets more quick than that.
Hi, it's currently the next day because I was way too tired last night to do the whole debriefing of the event last night, but I have to say it went really well. I had a lot of fun and enjoyed it a lot. These are the 2 books that I got from the event. She's so pretty. And also, The Six Scorched Roses I bought with the voucher that I got from the ticket. And this one, Ruthless Creatures, I actually got one of the last free copies. So the first 25 people to show up to the event got free copies of Ruthless Creatures. So I had no idea what this is about, but apparently it's a mafia romance. And this one is a novella within the Nyaxia world, from The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Yeah, but I'm excited to read both of them. If any of you guys have read either of these, let me know down in the comments. I'm really curious. So the panel was really amazing. If you watched my other vlog when I attended the Jennifer L. Armentrout live stream, that was a free Readsy event. So that was very different because it was being hosted by Readsy. They definitely geared the conversation more around publishing, self-publishing, life as an indie author, more so than the Ripped Bodice panel, which is more focused on selling the books. Do you know what I mean? So each event was more within the context of whoever was hosting it. It was really fun. The 4 authors who were there were Sarah Beth Durst, and she was promoting her newest book, The Spell Shop, which is a cozy fantasy. And there was Carissa Broadbent, who was there for Six Scorched Roses. There was The Nightmare Before Christmas by Sara Raasch. She has a background in epic fantasy, but she said she just got really tired of being sad and she wants to make people happy. Actually, I'll get more into that later. And then the 4th person was Amal El Mohtar, and she was promoting This Is How You Lose the Time War. All of them were amazing, and it was really nice seeing them all talk together. Oh, also the moderator, she was great. Their conversation was really great. I took some notes for you guys so we can do a little rundown of what was being discussed. A tip that Sarah Durst gave when she was talking about how she wrote The Spell Shop, because it's more cozy fantasy as opposed to, all the bloodshed and violence of epic fantasy. She said one thing that she did a lot was to write all the things. Oh yeah, I took my notes in this little composition book. But yeah, she said that she would write all the things that she thinks are awesome in a list and then just include them in each chapter. And I thought that was really genius because she was talking about how at the time she was really loving jam, cheese, I don't know, things that she thinks are awesome, like sunsets. And she would just include all of those things in her cozy little book. That was really cute. And I was like, oh, I could definitely do that. I don't know if I would do cozy as a theme for Project Paradise, just because cozy is not one of the words I would use to describe what's going on in my dark fantasy. But I love that idea, and I would probably include different things, maybe like, I don't know, just vibey things that I think could increase the atmosphere, the background atmosphere feel of the chapter. I think that's a really good tip. She also said to think about how you and the reader want to feel. I think this is great because a lot of the times we get very caught up the plot and characters and all of these very mental aspects of writing a book, but she pointed out that we should focus on how we want to feel while writing it and the feelings that we want our readers to feel. And she talked about how in her book, kindness and empathy as a kind of power. I don't know, I just really love that, so I wrote that down. Sara Raasch, who I mentioned earlier, has more of a background in epic fantasy, and this is The Nightmare Before Christmas is her first kind of contemporary adult novel. The way she pitched it was like, here, I have it. Red, white, and royal blue meets The Nightmare Before Christmas. Cute. Yeah, she was just saying how contemporary is so much easier because you don't have to do all this world building, which sounds obvious, but I was like, oh, yeah. They were just talking about imparting joy. I think there was like a general consensus that after the whole pandemic, they were just in a mental state of wanting to impart joy. and make people happy again with their books, which is really, really sweet. Like, they're just so sick and tired of being sad. Okay, so Amal El Mohtar was talking about retelling the stories that you might have gripes with, especially if you're doing fairy tales or a classic that you're doing a new spin on. If there's any type of story that you really love or maybe you really hate it, but there are certain aspects of it that you take issue with, she said that's a great opportunity to write a story and tell it in your own way that you think would do the story justice. Oh, they were talking about how music is the closest thing to magic in our world. And along those same lines, when writing, read your writing aloud, because the way that it sounds could be really important. The power of words and saying them. Basically, that words are magic, but words are also speaking truth to power for those who can't. And that writing is a kind of responsibility to take on this burden, kind of like bearing witness for anyone who's been silenced. And then there was a Q&A at the end where they were asking, like, what do you want to see more of within romantasy as a genre? They all just said more lesbians, which was great. It was Sarah Durst, and she was talking about how Tamara Pierce was a really big inspiration for her. And she said, if Alana can become a knight, then she can become a writer. I don't know if you guys will get that reference. I don't know if you've read Tamara Pierce, but I did when I was younger, and I don't know. I just really love that idea. The whole premise is that Alana is becoming a knight, and she's the only female knight, only girl trying to become a knight in a world where, yeah, only men are knights. So take that as inspiration for yourself. You can become a writer too. And going back to how books make you feel, they were talking about how with the genre to not worry so much about tropes, but about how it makes you feel. So at the end, I think this was when it was the most useful for me, and it was actually kind of magical because right before this event I was sitting, there's a little garden that's right next to I brought you guys with me in the little garden that was right next to the Ripped Bodice. I was just writing, and it was going well at first, but I got super tired and drained, and I started getting really overwhelmed with the plot of my story, but because the magic system, I don't know, everything was really not making sense, and I was getting this feeling like maybe I should start over. The question at the end regarding world building, it kind of felt like it felt perfect, and like it was meant for me to hear this. World building is about serving the story you're telling. So you have to strike the right balance between what is on the page and what is not, because you as the author can really care about all of these really cool things about your world, but your reader does not. So you have to make sure that it's within the background and it's present, but it's not too in their face where it's going to make readers pull away from the world. A really great tip that was also said was make one decision and ask it questions, because world building can often feel very overwhelming just because of how many things you need to have figured out. But this was a very reassuring tip, because if you only decide on one thing and then you just follow along with that one decision that you decide on and you ask it, okay, and then what? And then what? And you just keep going, and eventually you're going to have a whole magic system. That's exactly what I needed. Especially this last tip, which was to create boundaries of your world and magic. And once Carissa Broadbent said this, she said it in a much more eloquent, beautiful way that I don't remember. But everything clicked into place, and I realized that is exactly what my novel is missing right now. The world has no boundaries. I don't know what the limits are. And because everything is possible, it's driving me insane. So I think that's what I'm going to do after this. I'm going to sit down and really focus on putting some concrete boundaries on the magic. So yeah, those are my notes and key takeaways from the event. It was really great. If you're ever in New York, you should visit the Ripped Bodice. It's a great romance-themed bookstore. I don't know if any of you guys have been there. It's really pretty. Also, my package came in that I ordered. I don't know if you remember from my last vlog, I mentioned ordering some stuff for my writing setup, my writing space, and it's here. So I waited to unbox it with you guys. So this is the first one. Yay! What, Taffy? Okay. So, I actually ordered this. I'm gonna set it up later. Maybe I'll show a clip. Yeah. But anyway, there's little fairy lights within this container with the rose because Beauty and the Beast was my favorite Princess Disney movie when I was younger. I didn't really care about the Beast, but that library though. Anyway, I thought this would be a pretty addition to my writing desk. I could probably put it somewhere above the typewriter next to the dried flowers. Yay! Okay, let's do the next thing. I got a Galaxy projector. Oh yeah, this was all on Prime Day. Watch my last vlog. But this is a Galaxy projector because I really love the stars and I think that it would really elevate my space. Like I already have this kind of purple light in the back, but I want to have this on for more of when I do like movie nights in my room so I can just, yeah, you get the vibes. Should I open? Okay, yeah, I guess I'll open it. Oh, it's really tiny. Which is... Okay, it kind of looks freaky. I don't know if it's cute or freaky. Right now it looks freaky. It just looks creepy because the eyes are just so wonky. But cute. I'm excited to set both of these up and see how everything looks. And the head just... yeah. And the last thing, this was actually in a separate order, but just came in the same box. I ordered this, I'm not even gonna pronounce that, but this sunscreen, because if you like Korean skincare, and I tried the really popular Beauty of Joseon sunscreen, and it kind of made me oily. So I already have a bottle of this. This is a reorder, and I feel like this works better with my skin type. Anyway, this is not writing related, but I just really like the sunscreen. Thank you for coming on this wonderful day of bookish events with me. I hope you guys enjoyed. I certainly did. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching, first of all. But also, make sure to like this video, subscribe for more, and comment down below a rose emoji. Yeah, I feel like that's fitting with the 6 scorched roses and my little rose light that came in. But thank you guys all for supporting me. We're nearly at 200 subscribers and this means so much to me that you're all here watching my writing journey. Also, let me know down in the comments what project you guys are currently working on, or if there are any bookshops in the New York area that you really love and would recommend, because I would love to check those out and go to more book events. All right, until next time.